everybody, welcome. We're back with more Dawntrail. Woohoo!
Are you sure?
Yes.
I can't see enough of it to tell.
Yeah, we're kind of socked in here, aren't we? I mean, that is pretty dang socked. Can't even see the end of the harbor.
No. That is massive cranes down there.
Yes, they are. And let me pour myself some nice tea, and then we'll be off to our quest giver. As you can see, I spent most of the weekend working on Reaper, enough that I can run main story in it. Goodbye, Rustate. I knew you well.
Yeah, you have any left?
Last night I didn't. I have a little built up today.
Right.
Because I purposely didn't get on so that I could build Rustate. Hello, Doodles.
Hey, Doodles. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're like a quarter of a level in, and you have another quarter of rest state. Which, at the rate we're going, is probably plenty.
We're also on Heat of Battle 3, so that's going to be a huge amount. Yeah, we are just...
Doesn't say how much that does. Just as it's increased.
I think that's the highest one you can get.
3s are generally the highest, yeah. Of course, the buff here, hovering over it, doesn't even tell you what grade it is.
No, they purposely obscure that.
We've been obscured.
But between that, my previous earrings, and a food buff, I was getting like almost a 200 and some % increase.
Okay then.
Hey, Kryl! Creation stories are often rooted around true events. Giving similarities, wouldn't it be that Terrell's legend was inspired by Heidelin's crash with Zodiac? Depends on how old it is. I mean, we've gone through how many calamities?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
A city of stairs and one really, really big ramp. Wuklamot is ready to commence the second half of your Tuliulal tour.
I believe that double L should be pronounced as a Y.
Maybe. There is a Y in there to begin with.
Yeah.
Which is the main Y I believe we hear. Or the only Y.
But generally in most Spanish, but not...
Yeah.
But not
But
Portuguese.
this isn't necessarily Spanish. Because it's New World, but that doesn't mean Spanish.
Yeah.
So it is not sounding Mesoamerican so far. But it's not sounding Spanish either. I mean, Wuklamot is all wrong.
Yep. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on its way. Oh, they have a dirigible here. You have dirigibles too? Tuoliolal. That word.
Tuliulal.
Certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on.
Yeah, after a week we're ready.
Creation's same as before for Cryo.
Yep.
The Arch of Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something interesting as we walk. Yeah, and they're following
they're
us.
accompanying us again.
I believe the hard shadows will actually soften out if I had my graphics knocked higher. It's just my card can't exactly handle them.
I remember my graphics are pretty well maxed in. I've got a pretty hard shadow there.
No.
So yeah, they haven't gotten that far into it. I also noticed that our shadows are single light source. We are not getting extra shadows from these lamps going by.
Sometimes you will get extra shadows from the lamps. The
Yeah.
fog might be interfering.
Might be, it's just, I'm thinking that the city is a single light source area. We'll check Clamont.
I hope you aren't too tired. Tuoliolo has plenty of sights to see. Yeah, they definitely built this big.
Yeah, they did.
I'm struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. I don't know, they did a pretty good job with Rosset Han. That was on top of a butte. This was originally the site of the Hokyu Temple. Giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zaktural to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. Aha. After the Yaku withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he sought a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Toral. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the house they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing by the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuoliolo.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for us to get used to that one.
We climbed these sets of stairs here and all the way up. So I guess they want us to go up the stairs?
Looks like it.
He's still too
Hope
hot.
your knees are in good shape.
I have knees? When did that happen?
Yes. You're not going up these stairs without knees.
What an adorable kid. Until he bites your ankles off.
Pretty much.
And we've actually got a playground here.
On three, okay? 1, 2, 3!
Yeah, we've got...
They're going through basically an obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
Kids
Swings.
with too much energy.
Pair of benches to relax on. Kids need to play.
Yes. Ah, slowpoke!
No fair. Again, this time I'll catch you. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. There they go.
Just a short rest, then it's back to it. Where this time?
Discuss the palace with Cryo. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what carving at the top represents.
That's a good question.
Looks like Quetzalcoatl.
Mm-hmm.
No, it'd be the falcon. Not the cat, the falcon. Or the serpent. Anyway, Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa.
Shunsa. Yeah.
which roughly translates to invisible resilience. You'll probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. Okay.
Does that mean we're actually going downstairs?
Hey, looks it.
Let's get some of that potential energy back.
Looks like some different residents and stable yard.
Well, it's steeper than Fallbrook, but not nearly as many actual hills.
Yeah.
This is all kind of one big hill.
Hunmoo-ho.
Who do you think is going to win the right of succession? The whole city's talking about it.
Ooh, an Aether Shard.
Right there.
Touchy touchy.
Yes. That's so good.
The stairs leading up to the peak can get pretty steep. Careful you don't fall. I've been one step away from death more times than a few. Not helping! So, this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here?
Resplendent people.
Oh, we have residents from all over Dawntrail clans. Mumulja, Zabral, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanyu Hanyu. We also have Tonawata, Hishisoro, and Shintoa, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Dawntrail. In essence, it's a gathering of people who come from every corner of Dawntrail. A truly representation of Tuliolao's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic, and it's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we must down the stairs. Ah, looks like we have a little, also garden here. Ifalja?
Ever since I moved here, I've been having so much fun cultivating my garden. Trust me, I could never have grown these back home.
Well, glad you're enjoying it.
Downriver. Surely no one will miss one tomato.
Yeah, they'll miss a tomato.
Oh, I'll miss them when everybody takes one. My nephew came here to visit. He's terrified of the ocean. Waves do look scary at first. Aha. Desk. Storage. Beds.
Ah, someone's doing sand drawings.
Ah. Okay.
And down the slope we go. Cryle first. I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? Ah, probably talking about that over there.
Yes.
That big drum over there is called the Dawntrail. They play it for formal occasions, like when honing the Lance Guard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding. Let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Yeah, well, skinning that would be, yeah.
And repairing it?
Yeah. Oh. We need to do something very important here. And that's talk to the alpaca keep.
Okay then.
Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you saddled up, I'll need to add your name to our registry. It'll make things smoother the next time you need a ride.
Okay. So the auto rides are alpacas here.
Yes.
Normal villager.
Actually, no, we have to go down and buy the alpaca herder.
Kind of figuring that down had to be the next place we could go. But then you started going back up.
I thought there was a different off-branch. Oh, there's someone up there playing on... That thing is huge. Considering that's a mobile job up there.
Yes.
Ah, there's the dirigibles. Talking to Cryle.
Oh.
One only needs to look at the children playing for a sense of how peaceful things must be here. This is true. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the sky, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolao. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. That was about 3 years ago. Since that time, we've aided fights to other settlements. With trade in the frontier communities has never been easier. But enough about the dirigibles. The Arch of Dawn awaits.
Seems to be back behind us.
Yeah?
Oh, I want to check. Cargo. Ah, come here.
It's an Aether shard.
Touchy.
The problem with this one is it's hard, because since the update, it's harder to tell if they're glowing or not. I.e., if you've attuned to them or not. Before you
anyone here, but somebody has a Cine here.
Yeah, a couple people.
Oh, somebody in BC, I mean. Hooveljaw. In the past, I would never have dreamed this bulky thing could actually fly, but now the first steps are just a quick jaunt away. So unless that's going to get populated with someone at a later date, meaning that desk where everybody is, I don't know that we're going to be taking any airship rides across the ocean.
No.
Ooh, hiss.
I get the distinct impression, airships across the ocean, unless it's a really well-traveled route, don't really exist. Or else it'd be all airships all the time. I know the Guardians kind of fricked up the air travel lanes for a long time.
Yep. Is that circle new?
Yes.
Okay.
But, just checking the top spot up here, which we've probably already done, but...
Yeah, that's the one we did earlier.
Yep, huge drum. Cryo? Hearing about dirigibles reminds me of the Ixal and their flying vessels, but whereas their designs use several bladders, it seems that the Tuliolao craft rely on just one envelope to lift them into the air.
Ooh, Cinny.
And this is it, the Arch of Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as Yolktara Landgate, but when Papa founded Tuliolao, everyone began using its present name in honor of the great achievement. Through this gate is Kozama Uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what right of succession asks of us, we might end up going through that direction. Kozuma Uka? That name alone sounds intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Ah, those alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends.
Oh dear.
Out, they spit. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Cryo. You'll learn soon enough.
Oh dear. Has someone had bad experiences with alpacas?
But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along! And there she goes. No, the ones you have to watch out for are the llamas. But the alpacas do spit. But llamas are ornery.
Yeah. Llamas are just mean.
Are these the pillars what Luke LeMac wanted to show us?
More city.
If you wish to learn the history of Tuliolao, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean?
Okay.
Heh, this spot's captured Kryle's attention.
A saga in stone. Kryle regards the stone pillars curiously.
What's so special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Oh god, they're going to do the spyglass thing at us, aren't they?
Probably. Yeah, cannot be skipped.
This spot's captured Kryle's attention. Okay, same as before.
Bits are different, but all the secondary decorations are the same.
There's an empty stone carving.
Yep.
Pictures? No, wait! Those are glyphs! They seem to tell a series of stories. Maybe about the featuring a two-headed Mamulja? Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja, and his journey to unite the lands. We call it the Tuliolau Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn about Tuliolau came to be. Study them as long as you like.
Huh. Slightly different. Where do you want to start?
Lay of Brotherhood.
Okay, so 4 left.
This pillar tells of the Lay of Brotherhood. It depicts a scene where Papa is granted an audience to a foreign explorer, Ket something. I can never remember his name. Do you mean Ketenram? Ah, that's the one. Ketenram's arrival on Tuliolau was prompted Papa to embark on a journey of his own. It's said that the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood, but no one knows what became of the explorer years later. Ketenram's disappearance is a mystery to Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. With a name like that, I want to say that he was, and based on that glyph, he was probably Rogaden.
Yeah.
Lay of Reeds?
Yeah.
Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is a story of when Papa visited the Hanu Hanu in their village in Kozamauka. Ah, the people Alphino mentioned almost mistook for Vanu Vanu. If not for their colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time amongst the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but here our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and lots of fun.
Oh dear. Considering what she might call a fun festival.
Lay of Respect. Or sorry, Repast. My bad. This run recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mumulja were at war for control over the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end that conflict has since been hailed as the first steps in founding of Tuliolau. There is a clan of Hrothgar and Bosja known as the Helions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically cultures can vary with locations. Yep. The Lay of Pots. let's see here. This was the Lay of Pots, which depicts the Moblins of Kozuma Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are a standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distinct Turali counterparts. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Actually, I'm going to say no. Not ready to move on yet? That's fine. I don't mind retelling the stories. I want to see what Wuklamat says.
Presumably that's the gateway into the second half.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to the second half. Lay of Gold. The Lay of Gold. The pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu whose homeland is Upuk.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Urku Pacha, I think.
Urkupacha, I think.
Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliolau's markets and have been traveling peddlers that are common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those masks they are clever and calculating traders.
Oh no. We have more money grubbing lalas.
No, they're not Lalas.
I can't tell what they are in these glyphs.
Lay of Ice.
Say that again?
Lay of Ice.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle of the legendary Trollvrenda Valgrimandra. Just so you know, Tural Vidral are effectively giant hunt marks. I had to deal with them with the Viper quest.
Huh.
I should explain. The Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to its preternatural powers. Very similar to auspices. Tataru described the Far East auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valley Garamanda is a self-dubbed of the Skyrune, a name earned from the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. Yeah, it's effectively auspices that haven't had their aether bled.
Yeah.
So they've gone kind of feral. But 80 years ago, its ruinous reign was about to end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and seal it away in the Ukupacha Mountains. Yes, that place. Despite its reputation, however, Valley Garmanda is a symbol of power. That is why you'll see its likenesses on the Tuliolau's national lindum and adorning the banners of this palace. Haha! Lay of Proof. Ah, the Lay of Proof. That big fellow is of the Hokyu, the largest of Tural's people. The giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yaktural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, setting their sights on Jaktural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they've conquered and withdrew to the mountains of Yurkopacha. I believe I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on the mountaintop and to build a bridge across the sea of stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? That is a good question.
Good question.
Blank pillar. What? Blanti Tahani's here? Never mind. That was a bad joke.
Apparently.
This one is unmarked. Papa says he left it blank for the next chapter in Tuliolau's history, whatever that might be. Maybe a proper ascension? Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises seeing that I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that.
Does that mean it's taco time?
I think it's taco time. Big, fat taco time.
Yes.
One of the fake goods they had up on the Board of Turalism site.
Ooh, another chart.
Yes. Was a hat embroidered with a taco on it. And it said, "Others came for adventure, I came for tacos!"
Oh my god, they should really sell those.
Yes, they really should sell that. And it actually didn't say taco, it had the big embroidery of a taco right there.
Right.
It was actually quite a nice design. Another touchy.
Indeed. Exaltation.
Okay, I have to admit this fountain's kind of awesome. With all the Moomal Jaw holding up lance, and at the very top you've got one doing the big
Yes.
heroic pose.
This is not awful public art. This is good public art.
Yeah, that is excellent public art. What a lovely establishment. I'm reminded of the Bismarck in Limsa Lominsa. Ooh, if it's even half as good as the Bismarck, we just scored. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tuliolau classic. You'll bake a crunchy shell made from corn and fill it with meat and salsa. Or you can have soft tacos with flour. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here in Zabralti's best. I completely butchered that.
Yeah,
so.
I know. This is gonna be almost as bad as French.
Dang French! No, that's French language, not French people. I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with Bravac. Ew. So, yeah, I guess. Ooh,
Downstairs.
reading material.
Give me a minute here.
Tacos.
Fine.
The tacos are calling you.
Fine.
Raul Majun. I had hoped.
I had
never-
hoped we.
This is female. That's a female Hrothgar.
Yep, okay.
I had hoped we'd never hear about those strange customers again. Oh dear. Welcome! If you'd like to order something, we're at your service.
You don't say.
Trial? Every dish looks delicious. At the risk of sounding like Wuklamat, the mere sight of so much fine cuisine is making me ravenous. This is Brock Iv, the owner. Don't let his unassuming appearance fool you. When it comes to making tacos, he's the greatest artisan in all of Tyrol.
I have a feeling she has a stomach, whereas that is very fine praise indeed.
Brokevo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Ooh, that's not good.
Dun dun dun.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
I see we are rolling on the rumors table.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
That is a very good question.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
No! Not the tacos!
Oh!
No!
Oh!
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh! No!
Why'd you have to go and spoil our
I
tacos?
don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming
Hungry help.
contest that
I
she
want my
went
tacos back.
crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling house cat, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Goose, on the other hand.
Thank you, Kryl.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic.
Well, how long have you been here?
Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
I think you're ahead of me.
Listen to me, you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he?
A two-headed Mamulja.
He is
I
establishing
knew of
his
them,
villain
but that's
credentials
the first
early.
I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
I don't blame you.
Enjoying
Hello.
your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let
For a
Wukmart
taco break.
know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
What? I am denied tacos?
So it goes.
How dare they deny us tacos? We are taco-less.
Yes.
We are shrimp taco-less.
Yes.
Wukmart.
I think the problem is that it's in Graha's contract that he gets the first taco.
I will note that Graha's had a soft taco. These were hard
Yes.
tacos.
And in that cutscene, you saw one of the Mumulja eating a soft taco.
Brook Eva's love-made tacos went to waste, and it's all because of that brutish Bakul Jaja's fault. Hold on. I want to see if we can quickly dash in and put an order in for more tacos to go.
Well, it's up to you. Sorry.
Did you... Oh, we got tacables down here, too.
I already clicked on Cryo. First time until we... Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. And I'm gonna be well behind you anyway.
Come on.
Oh dear.
Tacos!
Since another entry on the rumor table.
He's not giving me tacos. I am disappointed! I want
There's
my...
tacos right there in front of you!
I know, but there are other customers' orders. There's nachos, too!
Yes.
Nachos. And tacos. And skewers. Oh, look at the skewers! What do you mean I can have none of this? Someone just hit 97. Oh, come back here. I'm sorry. We are denied tacos.
Very sorry.
I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuolio Lao cuisine, but we should hurry up and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter or the east side Telemark if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volkshunsa. Ah, my poor empty belly.
No.
We are denied tacos.
Yeah, I was telling Baron the other week that, you know, if he wants to actually do tacos for dinner, I don't think anyone will object.
Yeah. Tonight we had chicken burritos.
Yes. But not tacos.
No, we did not have tacos.
We were taco-less.
We were denied our tacos. Now, well, I suppose if we wanted to spend the moolah, we can go over to El Caminito.
Yes.
We do have a bunch of little mom and pop shops that have really good tacos and other things. It's just, we generally don't have that kind of money. All we're
There's
left
not much of it.
is make a run to the bathroom on the border.
Yeah.
Taco Bell. We don't even have a Del Taco. But really, losing Rubio's was a real kick in the gut.
Yeah. On the other hand, it means, like I said, it means we will stop single-handedly depleting the shrimp population.
Well, shrimp can be farm-raised, and farm-raised shrimp are not the bad.
You were like a fair amount of shrimp.
I actually, in junior high... Yeah, I think there's a scene here.
Yeah, but also...
Yep. I actually knew a friend whose parents, their main business was farming shrimp and lobster in the middle of an industrial park.
Sure.
They had vats and you would ranch raise the shrimp and lobster there, and apparently they make good money.
I am still sad that Fallbrook is currently out of good Mexican restaurants. because La Caseta went seriously downhill a few years ago, and now El Jardín is gone.
Yeah.
And the latter really makes me sad because El Jardín had basically become independent from a chain it had been part of, like, right before we moved there.
Yep.
Hi, Aaronville. Do you have a better feel for the city now?
Mostly. Red Alphano? The food is amazing. A passing Momolja let's try a fruit called a chimoya, and it was just sublime.
Don't remind me that we haven't eaten.
There's so many narrow and winding streets, but if you ever get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up and you'll arrive at the palace eventually. Blue Alice?
Blue Alice. We saw a two-headed Momolja on our way here. Another claimant to the right of succession, according to Aaronville. Yes, we've run into him. Kind of literally.
You made it! Good! Then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Hold on just a sec. 645, and this is 650. Oh, hold on that.
Indeed.
Though it is tempting. Actually, no, I'll go ahead, because that way I can separate. Ooh, how green. Should have brought some dye with me. Green is not Theron's color in general. Okay, this one's... Actually, I'm just gonna plot those and keep them right there. I'm not hurting for inventory, so...
That's a change.
For now.
Are you okay?
For now. Wish I had some dye.
Actually, hold on a moment.
Do you have a blue?
I have royal blue and I have sea fog blue.
Just a second. Ooh, this takes 2. That dies. Not. Wait. I like it the other way. I mean, I could
also
take
have
those
some
off your
white.
hands if you'd like.
Well, if you actually want to use some, just say so.
I'll take one of each.
Okay. And the closed horse is at it again. Okay.
I think this looks a lot better than that green.
Yes. Thank you, 2-die system.
Yes. Hello, Earnsville. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. We've got half an hour still.
Yes. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time. I sure hope so. The Rite of Succession. Erenville has been waiting patiently for your arrival.
If it has us go through all this and then dumps us out because we need not be in party for a solo duty, I will be pissed.
Yes. Yes. They've been better about that, but not always, so it's still possible. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly corals.
Yep, that sounds about right. That tracks. I understand all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right now, then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling where he might be for... Oh dear. So he's somewhere in the palace. Emphasis on somewhere.
No, because there's no telling who he might be in for.
Ah.
Those are big doors. Then again, it's for the giants.
He's also a big Momo Ja.
Yeah.
Ah, Stinian's
Wow.
work out.
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Probably the same reason why we are.
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian's crossing blades with.
Oh dear.
That would do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Hi!
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
I have new blades. We can do this.
I see you, warrior.
Hi there. I'm not warrior at the
We had
moment.
no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
Ah, forever the
And
wanderer.
thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others, I assume, are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once. Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
I would say be safe, but that's just not in your nature.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat.
And then there's him.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakum Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest, but the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the One Head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural.
Well then.
And find the City of Gold.
Really?
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Why do I have the theme song for Mysterious Cities of Gold going through my head?
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages,
Oh, he is
none of
enjoying
which can be
himself.
skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
He's a smart
Exactly.
one.
Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunjaj as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching you progress with great interest.
Admittedly, what I was put in mind of was
Remember
the
to
hidden
collect
city
your
in
tablets
8.
before you leave.
Oh, crap.
I found it interesting that the Makode Kuna had no one with him.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my order some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
Yep.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Interesting. He knew Cryle beforehand. She just doesn't remember.
Apparently. Or else Galuf just said a lot about her.
That is also possible.
You know, always showing off
Too
the
late
string
to
of
change
photos
your
in his
mind
wallet.
now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Oh, come on! You're telling me to step away from adventure?
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in a relentless
Burn
enthusiasm.
political turmoil. That sounds familiar.
Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one
I want to
and
see where
step
this journey
forward
leads.
into another.
You are way ahead of me.
Really? Indeed.
Yeah. The road is before us. Let us walk it.
It's a dangerous thing, stepping out your front door.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
My graphics card is having some issues.
Oh no!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Turiola's mightiest warrior.
I find it interesting he had no voiced lines. He was just very
Our
stoic.
village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please.
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The Resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Serelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Ah.
Indeed.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Uh-huh.
That gives us two problems.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions.
Oh boy.
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
promise. You must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
No, I can't fault him on his class choice.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Ah, he's a piece of work.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
Yeah, they
The chosen
represent
of Mamuk,
traditionalists.
Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth? I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
And everyone leaves before Wuklamat shows!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We wish for one thing and one thing only, third promise.
to abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Survived another massive round of cutscenes.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Alpha, no?
So, might want to do that on Wednesday.
Okay.
It is that time.
Back to our little hidey hole we found?
Either that or off to try and scrounge up some tacos.
Tacos. Shrimp tacos. I have been denied tacos. I am not happy.
Should we be advising Karen to make tacos soon?
Oh. Down and around. Okay. Shrimp and bacon tacos.
Don't get me started.
Over here. Now we get a lovely view of the harbor.
Nighttime, but yes.
Still lovely. Got the nice skies above. Yeah.
And here we sit, admiring the view without tacos.
Yes, it is launch day! Though I think they officially say 2 a.m. Pacific, so...
Right.
You might have to still wait a couple hours, but we went ahead and put our numbers in, so we should be
you
good.
did.
Okay, you need to do that probably before you head to bed.
Probably.
Thank you all for coming along. We will be back on Wednesday to be off on our great adventure. Until then, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you next time.
Yes, everyone, have a great night. Hope to see you here Wednesday.